know that it's actually not a very good idea. It's a look before you leap situation, isn't it?
I think very much so, but unfortunately that's...
The 2027 Invictus Games, which could see a long-awaited reunion for the Duke of Sussex and his family. It's been reported that Prince...
A major seismic shift has just rocked the royal world, and this time, it's not about Netflix deals, luxury wardrobes, or Meghan's latest Hollywood power move. This is something much darker. Something that has the potential to tear apart the very foundation of the monarchy itself. What's unfolding could change everything we know about the royal family.
Compelling about hearing all this nastiness between, you just want to know, you want to hear about it. You can't believe it. You can't believe what he's saying. You can't believe the lies he's telling. And you're fascinated by it. Where
explosive new revelations are emerging. Revelations so volatile that they could shatter everything Harry and Meghan have meticulously crafted for their children. At the heart of this bombshell is none other than Angela Levin, standing at the epicenter of it all.
What on earth she's talking about, and also the fact that they couldn't wait another day and have it on Sunday rather.
A seasoned royal biographer, renowned for her sharp insights and fearless approach, took to national television and dropped a revelation so explosive that it reverberated from Buckingham Palace all the way to Montecito. No hesitation, no sugarcoating, no pretensions. She cut through the usual media diplomacy that surrounds the Sussexes and boldly made the claim millions had quietly wondered about, but never had the courage to voice.
Continued to do that without any gratitude. There was no gratitude. Meghan wouldn't be known for anything if she hadn't.
Serious, unresolved questions are now looming over the legitimacy of Archie and Lilibet, questions Harry and Meghan have fought fiercely to suppress. In a family built on tradition, lineage, and image, these are the most dangerous words to utter. This goes beyond the usual tabloid gossip, far beyond Meghan's dress choices or alleged royal snubs. We're talking about bloodline, the core connection that holds together centuries of monarchy, a thread the crown can't afford to break. Angela Levin, with her calm but razor-sharp delivery, brought this truth into the open. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't sensationalize the issue. She simply asked the questions no one else dared to. Why, in all of royal history, have Harry and Meghan never followed the most basic royal birth protocols? Where were the photos of Meghan on the steps of the hospital, a tradition followed by every royal mother before her? Why were there no medical bulletins from the doctors? No transparent timelines or official witnesses, no verifiable evidence to confirm that these royal births happened in the traditional way the palace claims?
Those women out there who sacrifice it all, day in, day out, against all the odds.
Instead, what we got were blurry, tightly controlled photos where Meghan's baby bump appeared and disappeared, as if it were part of a scene from a movie. We saw inconsistent birth locations, constantly shifting timelines, and an unsettling silence that echoed louder than words. Angela Levin's words were surgical. In centuries of royal tradition, every birth has been documented with meticulous care. Yet, for the first time in history, that transparency vanished. Why? It's the type of question that cuts through PR narratives like daylight through fog. The studio fell silent. Social media, however, exploded. And how did Harry react? With grace? With the composure of the prince the world once admired? Number. Instead, he went on the offensive. He didn't offer the one piece of evidence that could silence the speculation for good. Medical records, hospital documentation, anything concrete. Instead, Harry resorted to what he now does best: legal threats. Within hours of Levin's broadcast, his legal team fired off cease and desist letters accusing defamation and harassment, vowing quick legal action. But here's the irony. Legal threats don't silence rumors. They fuel them. As soon as Harry turned to lawyers, public opinion didn't lean towards sympathy. It shifted to suspicion. People didn't think, poor Harry protecting his family. They thought, what is he trying to hide? Because when someone truly has nothing to hide, they don't send in lawyers. They provide proof. For 5 years, Harry and Meghan have refused to do just that. Meanwhile, Meghan, the so-called warrior queen, remained unseen. While Harry flailed like a wounded animal, she stayed silent, calculating, watching from the sidelines to see how much damage he could take before deciding if it was worth stepping in. This wasn't teamwork. It was abandonment. For years, Meghan has been the strategist, while Harry was her soldier. But now, the battleground has shifted to something far darker and more legally binding, and Harry is being utterly outclassed. Instead of coming off as a father fiercely protecting his children, he's appearing as a frantic celebrity trying to bury something, anything, before it all comes crashing down.
At the time, Archie Mountbatten Windsor was born May 6, 2019. And this was surrounded by controversy, largely to the unconventional decision.
The public is watching. Even palace insiders, those who once shielded Harry and Meghan, are quietly asking the same question. If there's nothing to hide, why not show proof? Here's the hard truth that Montecito seems to ignore. The monarchy is not a lifestyle brand. It's not a Netflix series. It's not a polished Instagram aesthetic. It's a constitutional institution, and its foundation rests entirely on legitimacy, on the unquestionable certainty of bloodline. When that certainty wavers, the entire royal edifice trembles. That's why, as Angela Levin emphasized, royal births have always been meticulously regulated. Witness deliveries, certified medical bulletins, immediate announcements from the palace press office, and, most importantly, photographs of mother and child leaving the hospital. Every single detail documented for history. Meghan skipped all of it. Every single step. She treated centuries of royal protocol as optional guidelines, to modernize or disregard entirely. At first, the public was forgiving. Perhaps she wanted privacy, perhaps she felt anxious, perhaps the press was too invasive, but privacy does not mean erasing every record. It does not mean issuing conflicting statements, hosting secret christenings, withholding birth certificates, and presenting staged photo ops resembling magazine spreads rather than historic royal events. This isn't privacy, it's secrecy. And secrecy breeds suspicion. Thanks to Angela Levin's explosive revelation, those whispers are no longer confined to obscure internet forums. They've gone mainstream. Constitutional lawyers are reportedly examining whether, in the event of surrogacy or adoption, Archie and Lilith could legally remain in the line of succession. Let that sink in. This is no longer tabloid fodder. It's a constitutional dilemma. If their births were not properly documented, if there's no legal proof they are biologically Harry and Meghan's children as required for succession, their positions in the royal line could vanish like smoke. This is why Harry is spiraling. All the Netflix deals, brand partnerships, and podcast ambitions mean nothing if the crown decides his children may not be of royal blood. That explains the ferocity, the uncontrolled anger. He isn't just defending his family, he's defending his identity, his legacy, and the fragile empire he and Meghan have built on that royal connection. But here's the irony. Each lawsuit threat, each public outburst, only makes him appear more guilty. The more he struggles, the more he reinforces the suspicion Angela Levin voiced. Maybe the Sussex fairy tale was never what it seemed. And with her signature calm, almost grandmotherly smile, Angela delivered the bombshell, leaning forward to name the law firm quietly managing what she called Harry's secret legal war. Ruthless, precise, unforgettable.
Before 2 p.m. yesterday, Buckingham Palace announced that Meghan had gone into labour. Then, 40 minutes later, confirmed the baby's...
Levin's comments were a quiet storm, as she laid bare a shocking revelation on live television. Her claim? That Harry was not just fighting a defamation lawsuit, as many believed, but instead was trying to suppress damaging evidence that could change the narrative entirely. And just like that, the floodgates opened. Social media went into overdrive as hashtags like #Harry lawsuit scandal and #Angela exposes trended worldwide. The truth hit so hard that even the smallest details, like a microsmirk on Levin's face, were picked apart, turning every word into ammunition. The royal drama went viral. What made this so explosive? According to Levin, this wasn't about reputation anymore. This was about erasing the past. A royal trying to cover up evidence? That's not just a scandal. It's a frenzy. The media erupted. One source called Harry's actions a desperate attempt to rewrite history, and whispers from palace insiders quickly made their way into the press, casting a shadow over everything the couple had been presenting as truth. Harry wasn't just fighting for his family's honor. He was fighting to protect something far bigger, something potentially catastrophic. But it wasn't just the media that noticed. The royal family itself was eerily silent as the story unfolded. The lack of defense from Buckingham Palace sent an unmistakable message. Harry was on his own. And what did Harry do in response? He doubled down. A flurry of legal threats followed. But instead of silencing the story, these legal threats only added fuel to the fire. Every time Harry threatened legal action, the public's suspicion grew. What was he trying so desperately to hide? The longer Harry avoided providing clear proof, the more the whispers turned into a full-on roar. The public didn't see him as a prince protecting his family. They saw him as a man running from something. Meanwhile, Meghan stayed in the background, silent as ever, letting Harry take the hits. Her calculated absence made her role even more questionable. Was she the strategist pulling the strings, or had she silently abandoned Harry as he fought alone? As Harry's panic grew, so did the questions about his integrity. Angela Levin, the calm voice delivering these blows, only seemed to grow stronger. Her steady presence on television, her confidence in what she claimed to know, set off a media firestorm. The narrative began to shift, and Harry found himself unable to stop it. The final bombshell came when Levin hinted at the true cost of this battle. If Harry was hiding something, as she suggested, it could affect not just his reputation, but his children standing in the royal line of succession. The very titles that had once been his pride could soon be in jeopardy. That revelation alone sent shockwaves across the media, and even legal experts weighed in on the potential consequences. What was meant to be a legal fight now looked like a constitutional crisis. And then came the moment that sealed Harry's fate. His response wasn't calm or measured. He wasn't offering proof. He was throwing legal threats, trying to silence the story by going on the offensive. But by doing so, he inadvertently confirmed the suspicions Levin had stirred. The media mocked him for his actions. His credibility was in tatters, and every new lawsuit only further eroded his standing. Behind closed doors, Meghan's frustration grew. As Harry's behavior became more erratic, she realized that this wasn't just a legal battle. It was a battle for their brand, their carefully crafted public image. If the story continued, it could destroy everything they had worked for. As the couple scrambled to control the narrative, Angela Levin sat back, watching the chaos unfold with the calm of someone who knew the game was already over. But just when Harry thought things couldn't get worse, they did. Levin hinted that she wasn't finished. She had more to reveal, more that could truly unravel everything Harry had been desperately trying to hide. And as that bombshell hung in the air, Harry's fate seemed sealed. The public was already questioning his every move, and if Levin's next revelation was as explosive as the first, it could very well be the end of the line for Harry's royal story. The worst part? No matter how hard Harry tried to fight back, the damage was already done. Angela had cracked open the narrative, and now the world was watching. With Meghan in the shadows and Harry scrambling to put out fires, it seemed like the end of the road was near. And the most chilling part of all? Angela's final words echoed in the background. This is just the beginning. The war for the Sussex's reputation was only getting started, and it seemed there was no way out.